So there I was trying to solve the memory scalability problem, and it suddenly hit me. This problem's already been solved, except not by the blockchain and the distributed ledger technology implementations. Hello, I'm Paul Dowding, and today I'm going to be talking about the memory scalability issue with blockchains and distributed ledger technology. The memory scalability issue in blockchains or distributed ledger technology implementations comes from an unfortunate influence of the Bitcoin solution. Uh, Everybody knows in a blockchain that you've got hashes of blocks of data linked with the hashes of the next blocks of data, linked with the hashes of the next block of data. So you get a blockchain of hash-linked blocks. The challenge, though, is that these blocks of data contain really balance changes rather than transactions, in the sense that Alice will have 10 Bitcoin and pays Bob 4, which leaves her with 6, and that's recorded in that block of data. The challenge is, though, that if Alice paid Bob those Bitcoin 3 years ago, for Bob to now spend them, the person who's going to receive them has to check the ledger for 3 years ago that Bob actually did receive those Bitcoin and that he hasn't spent them since. So the reality is that we have to keep the entire ledger, the entire blockchain, from what is called the Genesis block, the first block, right up until the day, in active memory. And the ledger's only getting bigger and bigger and bigger. This means that while the various blockchains are doing low volume, small scale, high latency implementations, their memory requirements for the active memory of the distributed ledger still is maintained within a reasonable limit. The problem is, over a long extended period of time, it's going to start to become untenable or make the inquiries and search requirements slower and slower. And in fact, Ethereum is over 1 terabyte now and only getting bigger. The memory scalability issue became one of a series of challenges that I identified with the current blockchains. So it was one of the areas where I recognized we needed some sort of novel solution, some different approach to overcome this continually expanding active memory requirement. So there I was trying to solve the memory scalability problem, and it suddenly hit me. This problem's already been solved, except not by the blockchain and the distributed ledger technology implementations. What had dawned on me was how transactions are handled today by banks and brokers. You have a starting balance, a transaction, and an ending balance. And if you look at your statement, there's a continuous record of balances and transactions. But because they're divided into periods, you can now archive the periods. So if you were to create that structure within a blockchain or distributed ledger, such that there were starting balances, transactions, and ending balances, you'd actually be able to archive the previous periods and carry forward the active balances. The problem is, as simple as that is with today's banking, to overlay that logic in all the current blockchains that work on a balance change model as influenced by Bitcoin, more or less requires everybody to throw out their code and start again, which is why I think many are trying to avoid the issue or hoping for other ways to reduce or overcome the memory problem. So I hope this video was useful to you and you now understand the memory scalability issue. In the comments below, I've provided a link to an animated video that explains this matter further. So if you want to investigate it more, please do so. If you have any questions or comments, then leave them in the comments below as well. Thank you for watching.